Welcome to New Business in Later Life, where we prove that it's never too late to pursue your entrepreneurial dreams. You will meet remarkable individuals who launch successful businesses over 50, sharing their stories, challenges, and enthusiasm. Your host, Ildiko, is a former social housing professional, textile designer, and teacher who described herself as a life artist. She is now a property professional, business network host, and facilitator of the Entrepreneurs Club. Subscribe now to hear these inspiring stories every week.
Do you know any environments where you could network with other artists or galleries? Or again, is the who you know, not what you know kind of environment?
Yes, I mean, I used to be the co-director of Woohoo Art Events with a very good friend of mine, Anna Fitzgerald. Yes.
Was it down in Exmouth, wasn't
Yes,
it?
yes. And that was very much based around Exmouth and Exeter. And just prior to COVID sort of shutting the world down, we were going to launch into Plymouth. And we were going to do a couple of exhibitions in Plymouth with our group of artists that we had. But obviously that didn't happen.
No.
And then we tried to do some other things, which it still was very difficult. We took a group of artists into John Lewis in Exeter. All these different things that we tried, and right up to a week before we were going into John Lewis, we weren't sure whether the store was going to reopen or not. And so it all got so, I don't know, so difficult, and it took the shine away from doing it all.
What a shame.
Yeah. You'd sort of organise. These things take a lot of organisation,
Yes.
I'm sure you realise. And then to not come to the sort of the culmination of a successful event because it had to be closed down was really disappointing. Yeah, and then Anna had, she through different personal reasons, decided she didn't want to do it anymore. So because it was based in
I was going
Exeter,
to say that.
Yes.
Now that COVID is over,
Yes.
Is this something you could resurrect?
No, I have run sort of events in Plymouth for other artists. We held one last year for one night only. Great successful event, and we had 16 artists. And so I did that on my own with another friend of mine, Veronica. And yes, to a degree, but there's a lot going on in Plymouth now where you can, let others get on with it and do the organisation for you. So although I enjoyed that period of time and I enjoyed, organising the events, and we applied for funding and all sorts of different things, got funding from Exeter City Council. It was a nice period of time, but I don't want to go back to that now.
That's
I'm happy doing what I'm doing.
From the things you are saying, it kind of comes across to me that marketing is definitely one of the hardest parts of making art a successful business. Am I right to kind of conclude
Yes.
that in a way?
Absolutely. I mean, art, it goes to show really, there's a lot of galleries that are just closing. It's a bit like pubs. You can sort of, the pubs are closing, the galleries are closing. It's the economic climate, I suppose, has a lot to do with it. But also, I think that people tend to buy art in a different way these days.
So do you find that your website is performing better
Yes.
than galleries?
Yes.
How interesting.
I sell a lot of stuff directly to the public than I do through galleries.
Bearing in mind, I mean, no disrespect to galleries, because obviously they need to be open
Yes.
and there's only a limited amount of artwork they can display and so on, and they take a huge commission. So is it more beneficial for you to sell directly to the public through your website?
Yes, it is, because for a start, I want art to be affordable for people. I guess it's business acumen, isn't it, at the end of the day? I mean, Fabio that's my partner, gets very annoyed with me because he says I sell my art too cheap.
Which you probably do, but yeah.
But I like to think that people who maybe couldn't afford to go into a gallery, because you have to put your prices up in a gallery to compensate for the 50% that you're going to lose to the gallery. And so that makes it unaffordable for a lot of people. And there's a lot of people out there who still get a lot of joy from having a piece of original work. I sold a piece to a young neighbour who lived down the road. And she came by, and she used to pop in for sort of things like cards and prints and things like that. And I had a piece of art that I had just finished. Oh, she said, I do love that. I love it.
Ready, and it's for sale?
Yeah. I said, you could put a deposit down, and we can take it sort of monthly if you like, or weekly, or whenever you want to pay for it. And she was absolutely over the moon that she could do that. So I started doing that, and I call it my put back. And so I've got various collectors who regularly buy off me. They put a deposit down, and then as and when they can afford to pay me some money, they do it. I've got a woman coming to collect one today who's done exactly that.
Wonderful. And do you find that people pay all of the installments?
Yes.
Oh, that's
because
wonderful.
I keep the art until they've paid for it in full.
Oh, do you? Oh,
yes.
Okay, fair enough,
Yes.
fair enough.
I don't let it go out the door with just, I'm not that bad with money.
No, I didn't actually mean it, but
No, I
because
know.
what I was going to suggest nowadays, it's actually fairly easy. So there's Klarna and there's the PayPal, I can't remember what it's called, but I've now recently bought a number of things where, that's an easy one because it's over a certain amount of money, like £30 or £40. Then even PayPal gives you that option.
Yeah.
To pay in installments. I said, I'll just spread it over 3 or 4 months, which is brilliant.
Yes. Yeah.